said, iyon ay mga kaon ng.
Okay, so your answer is letter C. Iyon ay mga kahon na papel. So the English translation is, those are boxes of paper. So those means for and then plural, right? So iyon is the correct word to use here. And then if you notice, are boxes. So what's the only sentence there with the plural form of kahon? It's letter C, right? Mga kahon. So the correct answer for number 1 is letter C. Okay. Number 2, Aliyah. Yeah.
Sa mga sumusunod na pag-uusap tama, are those government employees mainly to work?
So answer.
Bakit ko pa ang gobyerno na pag-iyan na nakatayo sa may pintura?
Are you sure you answer?
D.
Are you sure of that?
No, but
Okay. Who has another answer?
C. Oh, it was C.
Okay. So final answer is letter C. Mga kawaniban ng gobyerno ang mga iyon na nakatayo sa may pintuan. Now, if you notice, for letter C, mga, this one is plural, right? And then we're talking about government employees. Kawani ng gobyerno. Ba is the signal word for yes or no question. Iyon, those. Nakatayo means standing. Sa may pintuan means near the door. Okay, so the answer for number 2 is letter C. Okay. Number 3, Piper.
Sa mga susunod na pag-usapan sugar.
Asukal ba ito? Now, I think there's a few of you who answered, mga asukal ba ito? Is that correct? Can you use mga? No, right? Because you cannot quantify sugar unless there's a quantifier. So the correct answer for number 3 is letter C. Okay, so that's correct. Asukal ba ito? Next one, Dawson, number 4.
Alin sa mga sumusunod na pangungusap ang tama? This chapter of my life is beautiful. I would say,
Are you sure?
itong to ang bahay ko.
Buhay?
Buhay ko
Okay.
ay maganda.
Okay, ito is this. Yugto is chapter. Of my life is ng buhay ko. Is I. Beautiful is maganda. So correct answer is letter B. Okay. Number 5, let's have Braxton.
Alin sa mga sumusunod na pangungusap
Pangungusap. Okay.
tama. Is that Anjo the handsome student? The answer is C. Ianda, C. Anjo. Maghisig na
Mag-aaral. Okay. Is that Anjo? Iyan ba? That? Iyan? Iyan ba si Anjo? The handsome? Ang makisig? Student na mag-aaral. So the correct answer is letter C. Okay. Number 6. This one, I actually enjoyed reading your answers. I love reading your answers last night and this afternoon. Okay. So just give us the answer for number 6. Carissa.
That's like the numbers. There's no like sentence that I have to say, right?
The bilang in words.
Okay. Isang libon, isang daan at lima mo taon.
Okay. So the correct answer is 1,000, 100, at 52 piso. Now, there were some answers in your submitted homework that I did consider because of minor spelling issues. But since this is a grammar class, next time I would not really consider misspellings. Okay, so try to do your best in terms of spelling. And then some miss the word piso. They just gave me the number. So please read the instructions carefully next time. Okay, let's have number 7. Michelle.
Isula ang tamang bilang ng pera. Pitong daan at 52 piso.
Is that 52? Is there a 50 peso 50 peso bill there?
No.
Okay.
Pitong daan
Okay.
pitong piso.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, that's actually correct. 700 at 7 piso. Okay, no 50 because there's no 50 there. Okay, let's go back to you, Eva, for number 8.
Isula ang tamang bilang para
Nang
ng pera para sa larawan. 1,000 at 2 piso.
Okay. That's the correct answer. 1,000 at 20 piso. Others answered 20 piso, so I have to mark it wrong. Okay. Number 9. Let's go to Aliyah.
Isula ang tamang bilang ng pera na nasa larawan. 46 na piso.
40
40
at
anim na piso.
okay, or 46 na piso. Okay, either is acceptable. 40 at 6 na piso or 46 na piso. And Piper, number 10.
Isula ang tamang pera nasa larawan. 85 piso.
Okay, correct answer is 85 piso. Others answered 85 piso and I have to mark it wrong. Okay, so it should be 85 piso. And for this homework, I'd like to congratulate Dawson and Braxton for getting the perfect score. So let's give them a round of applause. Good job, guys. Good job. Keep it up. For the rest, keep doing well in your next homework. Okay, let's go now to our main topic for this afternoon, Balarila 2 or Panghalik. So we are already done with, what are nouns again in English? I mean in Filipino. What are nouns in Filipino? What are nouns in Filipino? What do you call them in Tagalog?
And the pronoun.
It's, you forgotten about it. It's, okay, it's pangalan. Okay, when you talk about nouns, just remember your name. Okay, name is pangalan with single NG. Nouns are pangalan with double NG.
Is it pronounced the same?
Yeah, pangalan. Okay, but this afternoon we'll talk about panghalip or pronouns. When you say panghalip, okay. Now, pang is actually a prefix which means for. Okay? Ngalan is name. That means nouns are for names. Pronouns, panghalip, halip means substitution or replacement. Okay, which means to say that pronouns are used as words to substitute or replace a noun, right? So that's basic English. Okay, before we proceed, let's try these conversations first. Piper, ilang taong gulang ka na? Ilang taong gulang ka na? What is taong gulang, Piper? Age. Yeah. Ilang taong gulang ka na? Or in English, how young or how old are you? Ako ay 11 siyam
Yeah.
na. Okay, that's the complete answer. Okay, very good, Piper. Next one. Dawson, nakatikim ka na ba ng pagkain Pinoy? Nakatikim means taste. Pagkain, what is pagkain? Okay, nakatikim ka na ba ng pagkain Pinoy?
Oo.
Okay. Now, that's actually a correct answer. Oo or opo. But for us to make it complete, you have to, of course, get some portions of the sentence.
Nakatikim ako ng pagkain Pinoy.
Okay, that's correct. Oo or opo, nakatikim na ako ng pagkain Pinoy. Okay? Michelle. Okay, sino ang nasa kanan mo? So just some vocabulary here. Okay, I think this one does not apply to Michelle, so I'll have to change the statement. Sino ang nasa kaliwa mo?
Krisa, nasa
Si Carissa
si Katisa
ang
ang kanan
nasa
nasa kaliwa.
ko. That's correct. Okay, si Carissa ang nasa kaliwa ko. Okay? Next one. Aliyah. Kumusta ang tulog mo kagabi? Tulog means? What is tulog? Okay, sleep. Kagabi means? Last night. So, kumusta ang tulog mo kagabi, Aliyah? Wala
Wala
akong
ako tulog mo.
no mo.
Tulog ako.
Okay. Wala akong tulog. What's the time element there? Kagabi. That's the correct answer. Okay. Wala akong tulog kagabi. Now, if you have had a nice sleep yesterday night, you can answer mabuti ang tulog ko kagabi or ayos ang tulog ko kagabi. Okay, so let's keep practicing ourselves in the use of Filipino language. I know you're very challenged in constructing sentences. Yeah, you are. I noticed that one. But don't worry. Don't worry. We'll have more drills and practices. Okay, continuous practice, guys. Okay, so let's talk about pronouns. Okay, pronouns or panghalik. Ito ay mga salitang ginagamit sa panghalili sa pangalan ng tao, bagay, pook, hayop at pangyayari. In English, these are words that are used to substitute names of a person, object, place, animal, and thing. You know this. This is basic English, right? Basic grammar. So I'd like to introduce you to the 5 types of pronouns that we have in the Filipino language. Okay? Or 5 uri ng panghalip. Okay, uri means types. Uri can also be translated to types or kinds. Okay, and 5, of course, 5. Let's start with the first one. Now, in English grammar, we have personal pronouns, right? So we have the first person, second person, and third person pronouns. The same is true with the Filipino language. Okay, we also have the same. Now, what we call as first person is unang panauhan. Okay, una means first. Panauhan is from the root word tao. Okay? Or if we are to affix pa and han there, it becomes panauhan, which refers to first person. Ikalawang I'm sorry, there should be A here. Ikalawang panauhan, second person. Ikatlong panauhan, third person. Okay? Now, you also know that in a sentence, a pronoun may function either as a subject that is being talked about or a subject as a doer. Right? For example, notice these two, the difference of these two sentences. Martha is beautiful. Martha cooks breakfast. So if you say Martha is beautiful, Martha here functions as a noun, as a subject that is being talked about in the sentence, right? But here in the second sentence, Martha cooks breakfast. Martha is still the subject, but it's actually the doer of the action, right? Of the verb cooks. Primarily because we have an action verb here, and here we only have a linking verb. Okay? Now, this is what is meant by simuno and tagaganap. Okay, simuno means subject being talked about. Tagaganap means doer. Okay? And then, we also have similar concepts for singular and plural. In Filipino, singular is called isahan. Okay, from the word isa. Okay, one. Plural, maramihan, from the root word marami or madami, meaning many. Okay, that's why it's called plural. So let's take a look at the different pronouns that we have. We have first, second column, ako, that's I, you know that. Ikaw, you, second person. Siya or siya, he or she. Okay, already talked about this, I think, last time. Now, if the pronoun functions as the doer, like here, if you are to replace this with she for Martha, we can say, we're talking about plural here. First person, tayo, we inclusive, meaning including yourself being the speaker. Kayo, that's we exclusive. You're not included. You get the difference? Okay, again, for example, Dawson is saying, tayo ay mag-aaral. Dawson, are you included?
Yes.
Okay. But if Dawson will tell you, kayo ay mag-aaral, Dawson is not included. Okay, that's how you use tayo and kayo. But you also have kami, okay, which also means we exclusive. Okay? Now, tayo versus kami could also mean, since this one is inclusive and this one is exclusive, okay? Let's say Dawson will talk to Piper. And then Dawson will tell Piper, tayo ay pupunta ng Gonzaga. Punta means go. So what does it mean? Yeah, we go to Gonzaga, or we will proceed to Gonzaga, we will go to Gonzaga. But if Dawson tells Piper, kami ay pupunta sa Gonzaga, that means Piper is not included. Only Dawson and his friends. Okay? Next one, you also have sila, third person. That literally translates to they. Okay, example. Sila ay mag-aaral. Sila ay mga guro. They are students, they are teachers. Okay? Now, if the function of the pronoun is as a doer, here in the last column, natin translates to our, ours, or it also means inclusive, meaning you're included as the one speaking because that's first person. For example, when you say, example, the sentence is, Kinuha nila ang mga bag natin. Kinuha means get. Okay? Or, since this one in the context of Filipino, this one is in past tense, got. Okay? Nila. What is nila there? What's the translation of nila? Okay, them. Ang mga bag. Okay. The bags. Natin is okay, our. So if that's the sentence, what do you think does that sentence mean? Get them the bags our. Yeah, they got our bags. Kinuha nila ang bag namin. Ang bag natin. Okay? So that means bag natin here is yourself is included. Natin, our bag. But if you use namin, okay, example, Dawson. Okay, let's change natin with namin. Let's say Dawson is talking to Piper. And then Dawson tells Piper, kinuha nila ang mga bag natin. That means, is Piper's bag included? Kinuha nila ang mga bag natin. Is Piper's bag included? Yes. Okay, but if Dawson tells Piper, kinuha nila ang mga bag namin. Is Piper's bag included? No. Okay, that means Piper is excluded. Okay, so that's the difference between natin and namin. Now, personal pronouns, ito ay mga panghalip na ginagamit sa panghalili sa pangalan ng tao. So you can use these pronouns, these, only if you refer to persons. Okay? You cannot use this for animals unless, of course, if you are writing a fiction, okay, a fable or what, okay? Yeah, so basically these are the personal pronouns that we have in the Filipino language. I will not really delve into the structure yet because we have another discussion for pangungusap or sentence, but at least you already have an idea how these words or pronouns are translated to English. Okay? Next one. You may not actually copy this because I'm uploading the PowerPoint, right? Okay, let's go to possessive pronouns. Now, possessive pronouns are just easy to remember. Okay, we have isahan singular, maramihan or plural. Okay? Akin, example, aking marker. My marker. Okay? Or ang marker na ito ay akin. This marker is mine. Okay? Iyo. Iyong marker. Okay? Your marker. Ang marker na ito ay iyo. Okay? This marker is yours. Kanya. Okay? Ang marker na ito ay kanya. Or this is her marker, or this marker is hers. You can also use hers for that one. His, her, or hers. Okay? Now, let's go to maramihan. Ating. Our, ours, inclusive. Okay? It's just like, it's similar to this one, but it's more of a possessive one. For example, these seats. Okay? Michelle tells you, guys, these seats are atin. Atin ang mga silya na ito. Okay, so Michelle is included, okay, as one of the owners. Okay, but if Michelle tells Carissa, Carissa, amin ang mga silya na ito, that means Carissa is not included. Okay? Carissa does not own one of these seats or chairs. Okay? Inyo. Okay? Michelle tells Carissa, inyo ang mga silya na ito. Okay? These chairs or seats are yours. Okay? Kanila, theirs. Carissa and Michelle are talking, and then they're talking that, or they're talking about shares being owned by the three of them, Piper, Aliyah, and Eva. So they would say, kanila ang mga silya na iyan, or mga silya na iyon. Okay? Those seats or those shares are theirs. Okay? So just remember how we use these pronouns in a sentence. Okay. Are you still good? Welcome to Filipino grammar, guys. Okay. What's the first type of pronoun? Personal or panghalip na? Let's go back. Okay. Personal is panghalip na panao. Panao. Okay, just remember, person, tao, panao. Okay, panghalip na panao. Possessive is paari. Okay, ari means ownership. Okay, pagmamay-ari is ownership. So panghalip na paari or possessive pronoun. Now the third one is panghalip na pananong. Okay, pananong is from the root word tanong. What is tanong? Okay, question. Okay. Now we actually have many interrogative pronouns in the Filipino language. Okay, let's sort them one by one, piece by piece. Okay, let's have kinakatawan or representation, and then singular, and then plural. Let's have the first set first. Okay. If you're referring to tao or person, and then you're asking a question, of course, you ask sino, right? That's why a while ago, Michelle, I asked her, sino ang nasa kaliwa mo? I'm talking about a person. I'm asking about a person. If it's plural, sino-sino ang nasa kaliwa mo, Michelle? Sino-sino, because that one is plural already. So, sino-sino ang nasa kaliwa mo? Very good. Okay. Now, if you notice, the words are just repeated, but the spelling is different now. For the first one, you change it to U. Okay, for those ending with O, and then you retain the spelling for the second word. Okay. Now, if it's bagay, you ask what or ano. Okay. Dawson, ano ang kinain mo?
Kinain ko ang
Okay. Mga prutas. O ano is singular.
ang prutas.
Okay, so if I ask you, ano-ano ang mga kinain mo?
Kinain ko
Ang kinain ko ay,
ah,
okay. Ang kinain ko ay mga prutas. Okay? Now, if there's choice, in English, it's which, you ask alin. Okay? Example, I ask you, alin ang mas maganda? Harvard o Stanford? Example, just an example. So I'm talking about which is better or which is nicer. Okay, so I'm talking about only one. Okay, but if I ask you, alin-alin na mga eskwelahan sa USA ang maganda? What is that in English? Which schools in the US are nice or better? Okay, so that's why I'm using alin-alin. Next one, taong may-ari. If you're asking about who owns something, okay, you ask kanino. Example, Piper, kaninong sisidlan ng tubig iyan? Yeah, that's the English translation. So your answer would be? What is mine? It's akin. Yeah, akin. Okay. But if I would say, Eva, kani-kanino ang mga sisidlan ng tubig na iyan? If you notice, mga sisidlan, I'm using mga already because kani-kanino is for plural. So Eva, kani-kanino ang mga sisidlan ng tubig na iyan? Kay? Okay, who are the owners? Kay Piper at? Okay, that's correct. Okay, next one. Let's proceed here for the second set. Okay, we are here in the second set now. Taong may-ari, still on ownership. Okay, now if you notice, this part is whom, right? Okay, you could also use nino or nino-nino, but this one is actually rarely used in the Filipino language because I'm telling you, in Filipino, there's no, what do you call this one? There is no distinguishing marker between kanino at nino. I mean, they function the same when used in grammar already. Unlike in English, you could distinguish easily when to use whom or whose, right? But in Filipino, usually they use kanino or nino. Okay, either is acceptable. Next one is bilang. Okay, if you're asking about how many, I talked about this last time, it's ilan. Okay. Braxton, ilan ang laptop mo? Okay, isa ang laptop ko. Okay? But if it's how many, okay, Michelle, ilan ang $5 bills na nasa pitaka mo? Pitaka means wallet. So I'm talking about the number of $5 bills in your wallet. Okay. You don't have to tell us. Okay. Okay. So that's how you use ilan and ilan. Okay. Next one is gaano. Last time I talked about gaano if it's how much, right? But gaano could also mean how. We're talking about size or quantity. Okay, example, I'm gonna write the sentence here so that you will really see how to use gaano in the sentence. Okay. Can everyone read the sentence? Please read.
Gaano kalapad ang kahoy?
Okay, gaano kalapad ang kahoy? So gaano means how, kalapad means wide, kahoy means wood. So this means how wide is the wood. Okay. But if we are to use the plural one, you say, gaano kalapad ang mga kahoy. So it becomes plural now. Okay, see the difference? Okay. Next one, halaga. Magkano? Example, I know here in the US you don't have a public market. But you know what a public market is? In Filipino, it's called palengke. It's like a market where fresh produce are, sold. Okay. You have one here? Farm market, yeah. But it's just that in the Philippines, public markets are very messy. Okay, you don't want to go to any public market there. It's messy and it's stinky, basta. Okay, those are my adjectives for that one. Okay, so if you have the budget, you better go to a mall, the grocery to buy. Okay, let's say I'm going to buy fish. Okay, let's say there's only one salmon here. Okay? And then Michelle is the vendor, the seller. Michelle, magkano ang, in Filipino we pronounce it as salmon. Okay? Magkano ang salmon na ito? So I'm talking about one only. Okay? But let's say Michelle here has a pile of salmon. Michelle, magkano ang mga salmon na ito? Okay? Although you cannot pluralize salmon in English, right? You cannot pluralize that one. You have to have a quantifier, like this pile of salmon here. Okay? See the difference now? So the reduplicated pronoun, this one, these forms are used for plural. Okay, remember that one. Okay, next one. We already talked about this, but there are just some additions. Demonstrative pronouns, or we call them as panghalip na pamatlig. Okay, the term is pamatlig. Demonstrative pronouns. Now, aside from ito, which I introduced last time, there are other demonstrative pronouns that you can use. You can say ganito, dito, and heto. Okay, but the function of these demonstrative pronouns are just similar to the function of ito. Okay, when do we use ganito? Okay, what do you think is the translation of that sentence? Ganito ang bag ko. Ito is this. But ganito is like this. So what do you think is this in English? Okay, my bag is like this. That's ganito. Okay? Okay, next one. Let's use dito, which means here. Nilagay ko ang bag ko dito. Nilagay means put. What is this in English? Okay, I put my bag here, dito. Okay, next one. Okay, heto ang bag ko. Now, the translation there is here it is, but the it there, you know, it's a replacement for the noun, right? So how do we translate this in English? Okay, here's my bag. Okay, now, the second set of demonstratives that we have are those that have similar functions as iyan. Okay, so you already know how far iyan should be, right? When referring to something or someone. Iyan, aside from iyan, you can also use ganyan, which is the far version of ganito. Diyan or dyan, a far version of dito. And then hayan, a far version of heto. Okay, so just imagine replacing these words with ganyan, dyan, at saka at and hayan. Okay? For example, ganyan ang bag ko. So my bag is like that. Nilagay ko ang bag ko dyan. Okay, I put my bag there. Okay? Hayan. Hayan ang bag ko. Okay? Where's my bag? So that's how you use yan, ganyan, dyan, and hayan. And the last set is composed of iyon, ganoon, doon, and hayun. So these are far, and these are for farther. Okay? Things or persons being referred to. So let's use them in a sentence. Let's use ganoon. Okay. Ganoon ang sasakyan ko. Sasakyan means car. Sasakyan. Do we have to use those? Okay. Ganoon ang sasakyan ko. My car is like that. Okay? But if you would say, ganoon ang mga sasakyan ko, my cars are like those. Okay? Next one, doon. There. There's no direct translation for park, so I would say pinark. Okay? Park is park. Pinark is parked, past tense. Okay? Pinark ko ang sasakyan ko doon. What is that in English? Okay, I parked my car there. Okay? Let's use hayun. Hayun ang sasakyan ko. Okay? There's my car. Okay? So that's how you use the demonstratives. So you actually have many options for demonstratives when using them in the Filipino language. You just have to identify the correct demonstrative that will show the location or the position of the person or the object you are referring to in a sentence. Okay? Okay, inhale, exhale. Breathe first before we proceed to the next slide. I hope you're still good. Okay, yeah, sure. Do you want to have a 5-minute break first?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a 5-minute break. Yeah, I hope Angie is also following us.
Here.
Yeah, she's here on Zoom. Yeah. Yeah, Angie sent a like. So, yeah. So if you'll be missing in class, just inform me so that I can set up a Zoom and you could still listen to my discussion.
Trying to explain the song matter about the color runway because she's never seen it before. The middle market song has an Oscar for best original song. There's a version in Spanish too. I found it on accident. No, it's so funny because you see Jason. It cuts to like Jason in the hallway. He's like so perplexed. He's like, what the heck? That song is a work of art. It is. I'm excited for this. The new enchanted.
By the way, I'd like to announce in advance. I'm planning that this come October. Yeah, this come October, I'll be having like a consortium with the school where I'm from, University of Mindanao, and then I'll be asking you to have like dialogues or conversations with English, BA English students there. So exchange conversations and then use Filipino so that you can really practice your skills. A consortium is like a partnership between Gonzaga and University of Mindanao. Yeah. And then in November, I'm planning to have also a collaboration with the 4 other Fulbright scholars. They are in Michigan State U, Northern Illinois, Skyline College in California, and then one in Pennsylvania, UPenn, University of Pennsylvania. And we'll be having like an online session along with other Filipino students from those schools. We'll talk about, since November is Halloween, Okay, I mean in the Philippines. Okay, November 2 is Halloween in the Philippines. We'll be talking about Philippine mythology and culture of superstition.
That's my birthday. I didn't know it was Halloween.
It's Halloween in the Philippines, November 2.
Like the whole month.
Okay.
My birthday was just day after today. November 6th. Wait, how do you say like cool in Filipino? How do you say like cool?
Cool. Ayos. Ayos. You know, Filipino teenagers nowadays do not use Filipino terms to refer to, cool. I mean, they use terms like lit,
Oh, my cousin says that.
dope. They use these terms.
She's at University of Ateneo. She always says.
Yeah.
My
In Davao, we have this so-called konyo. Yeah. Konyo is like a mix of Filipino, English, and Bisaya. Their local language. So they mix 3 languages. And there are only some schools that use this language. Okay.
Is it a language or like a word?
I would say that this one is like a hybrid language because it's not yet really language because of course its grammar is not yet
Yeah.
established. But
like a Creole.
yeah. Okay, but I would say that this one is more of a sociolect. Okay, in linguistics the term is the sociolect, a social dialect. Okay, used by certain groups. Okay, shall we continue? There's some like hesitation there in your Oppo. Okay, not really sure about that one. Anyway, we'll finish this one so that you'll have your weekend. Okay, so we'll have panghalip na panaklaw or indefinite pronouns. Okay, what are the indefinite pronouns in the English language? Can you name some? Okay, the easiest way for you to do that one. Okay, the easiest way for you to remember the singular indefinite pronouns. Okay, someone, something, somebody, anyone, anything, anybody. Everyone, everything, everybody. No one, nothing, nobody. These are all singular.
I'm learning more about English in this class. More about English.
Should this be a grammar class for English? Okay, so these are the singular indefinite pronouns. Okay, of course, you have to include each, either, and either, or either or neither. Okay, and then for plural indefinite pronouns, of course, we have all, most, some, yeah, both, few, several, many. Okay, so those are the, I have to talk about this one because back there in the Philippines, I'm not really a Filipino or Tagalog teacher. I'm a linguistics teacher for English. That's why I know this stuff. Okay. So remember that in the Filipino language, we have indefinite pronouns. And I think the easiest way for you to remember the indefinite pronouns is by looking at the...
Do you want this one?
Okay. It's working.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Okay. Using the suffix man. Okay. If you notice, we have tiyakan. I'd like to talk about this one first. Tiyakan or tiyak means sure, okay, or definite. Okay, tiyakan or tiyak is definite or sure. Okay, example, we have uri here or types. Kaisahan, oneness, one unit or entity. Example, you say isa, one, iba, another, bawat isa, bawat means each, and then isa is one. So each one translates to each other, everyone, or one another. Okay? And then kalahatan means totality or overall. Okay? You say iilan. Iilan means some. Okay? Iilan sa mga mag-aaral ay lumiban sa klase. Lumiban means decided to be absent or to miss the class. So you say some of the students miss the class or are absent from the class. Madla means crowd, so meaning it's many. Lahat means all, this one. And then you also have pawang or pulos, means most. Okay, example. Pawang mga estudyante ang pumunta sa Gonzaga. Okay? Most students went to Gonzaga. And then you also have hindi tiyakan or indefinite. Okay? These are the pronouns in which you can see the man suffix. Okay? It's affixed with man. So if you say anuman, that means whatever. Okay? Example, if you say anuman ang mangyari, sasabayan kita. Sabayan means join or go together with someone. Okay, so you say, whatever happens, I'll join you or I'll go with you. Okay? Kanino man, whomever. Example, there's like a raffle. And then the grand prize is like a brand new car. Okay, I would say, kanino man mapunta ang sasakyan na ito ay maswerte. Swerte means lucky. So, whomever this car goes to is a lucky person. Okay? Sino man, whoever. Sino man ang makakakuha ng perfect score sa final exam sa klase na ito ay may libreng biyahe papuntang Pinas. Whoever gets a perfect score in the final exam will get a free trip going to the Philippines. Of course, that's not true. Okay, this is just an example. Don't assume, guys. I can barely afford for my own ticket. Okay. I needed to depend on my scholarship for me to come here, or even to go back to the Philippines. Okay? Kailanman. Okay. Kailanman ako makakapunta ng Pinas ay kakasaya ko. So, kailanman is whenever. Ako is I. Makakapunta is, punta is go. Okay, Pinas is Philippines. Ikakasaya ko, what's the root word here? Saya means happy. Okay, or happiness. So in English, this translates to yeah. Whenever I go to the Philippines, I will be happy. Okay, or it will make me happy.
People say that.
Yeah, that's actually the shorter version for Pilipinas. Pinas. Okay. So yeah, these are indefinite because if you notice, whatever, whomever, you cannot really be sure about these pronouns, right? And like with this one, isa, bawat isa, mean you're sure who are you referring to among the people in front of you. Okay? Mga katanungan? Wala po? Wala po? Hindi po? Wala na lang po. Wala na lang po means I choose not to ask any question. Okay, this time, let's have a breather. Okay, now what will you do if you go to a Filipino friend's house? Take off your shoes, that's the common practice. I would say yes to that one. Okay. Let me transfer the slides first for Angie. Okay. What is, have you tried going to a Filipino friend's house or a Filipino family's house? What are, aside from taking off your shoes, what other practices do you usually observe? Mano po. Okay, mano means do this act to show respect for the elderly. Okay, aside from mano. Example, the door is closed. How will you call the person who's inside to let you in? Unless you have a doorbell, of course, obviously. You have to use the doorbell. But what if the door doesn't have a doorbell? I don't know. I think most houses here have doorbells. All houses, if I'm not mistaken. But let's assume there's no doorbell at all. How do you call the person? You're not calling a cat or a dog.
How my mom calls it.
Yeah. Yeah. Most especially when your parents are angry, right? They do that one. So how do you call the person? Example, the door is closed or the gate is closed. You knock. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Before we proceed to the expressions, here's another word that I'd like to introduce. It's called alpas. Everyone, please say alpas. Okay, meaning it's a verb which means to become free or to break loose. Okay? To become free or to break loose. Sample sentence. Example. Gusto means want. Makaalpas. I just use the prefix maka. Okay, that is like a future action. So to become free sometime in the future, malungkot is the opposite of masaya. What does it mean? Sad. Buhay is life. So what is the translation of this sentence? That sounds so melodramatic, right? Gusto kong makaalpas sa malungkot na buhay ko. Okay, I want to break free from my sad life. Okay, so that's how you use alpas. Okay? So, alpas is more of like a word that was used during the Spanish colonization. I would say that you could find the word alpas in most historical documents, okay, but not really used in modern day conversations. Okay, I'm introducing this just in case you'll encounter, let's say you'd like to make some research about Philippine history and the language, you'll encounter this word, at least you know the meaning. Okay, to become free or to break loose. Okay. Time is it? For Pinoys, 3 p.m. is snack time. So here are some vocabularies that maybe you can use when you have a friend who's coming over, okay, or a friend who's visiting you. We have puto and bibingka. Have you tried this? Okay. I actually tried to confirm the English translation for puto because in the textbook I saw it's rice cake. But rice cake, what I know is bibingka. So I'm not really sure with the translation for puto, but if you're really a true-blooded Pinoy, then you have to call it puto. Okay, no translation needed. So puto and bibingka. Sometimes this bibingka is, there are some changes already with the recipe. Oftentimes they put like salted egg here on the top. So you can offer your friend puto or bibingka Only if you have this in your home. Snacks in Filipino are called merienda. Regardless if it's snacks in the morning or in the afternoon or midnight snacks. It's always merienda. Yeah, two spellings for this one. Merienda or merienda. What is agahan? Breakfast. Okay. In Filipino, we don't have a translation for brunch, which we normally do here in the US, brunch. Only breakfast and lunch. Pananghalian o tanghalian, the root word there is tanghali, which means to say that that is meal for lunch. Okay, it's lunch. Pananghalian o tanghalian. Okay. Next one is hapunan. So if you have pananghalian for lunch, what is hapunan? Dinner. Okay, dinner, hapunan. Now, your friend might want to demand for some dessert when he or she goes to your house, like we have some sweets there. So sweets or dessert, in Philippines, we call it panghimagas. Panghimagas. And of course, drinks, we call them inumin. Okay? But we don't tell a visitor, like, do you want inumin if you're referring to coffee, milk, tea, or juice? Okay? Yeah, juice is part of inumin, but I mean coffee, milk, and tea. Okay, you would really say kape, gatas, or tsaa. Okay, but for like drinks like this, bottled or canned, you say inumin. Be careful because inumin could also refer to those that are alcoholic. Okay? Wine, beer, those are also inumin in Filipino. Okay, some of the objects, you know plato, right? Plato, plate, or we also call it pinggan in Filipino. And then the smaller one, the saucer, we call it platito. Baso, regardless of the shape and size, glass is baso. Cup or mug, okay, or even if it's teacup, we call it tasa. Okay? Okay, some vocabularies. Okay, if I tell Braxton, umupo ka. What does it mean? Braxton, umupo ka. Umupo or upo means sit. Okay, but in Filipino culture, do not use one word only. Let's say, Aliyah, upo. That sounds like imperative sentence. Okay, like you're demanding, Aliyah, sit down. It's like that. But if you say, Aliyah, umupo ka, Aliyah, take a seat or sit down. Okay? Maupo, please sit. Okay, the ma here is actually a prefix that can be equivalent to please. Okay, maupo. Maupo ka, please sit. So if we have upo, we also have tayo. Tayo means stand. Tumayo, stand. Okay, everyone, question. Nakatayo ba ako? Nakatayo ba ako? Nakatayo means standing. Nakatayo ba ako? What am I doing right now? You're standing. I am standing. So, nakatayo ba ako? Opo. Nakaupo ba si Carissa? Nakaupo ba si Carissa? What is upo? Sit. Nakaupo ba si Carissa? Opo. Okay. Upo, opo. Okay, they're different. Okay. Bahay is house. Bisita, visitor or guest. Okay. So if bisita is a noun, visitor or guest, the act of visiting is bumibisita. Okay? Si Piper ay bumibisita sa kanyang kaibigan. So Piper is visiting her friend. Okay? So a while ago I asked you, what do you do if there's no doorbell? So you just knock on the door. But what if there's no response even after hurting your hand several times knocking on the door? Okay? In Filipino culture, we say, tao po, which translates to someone's here, a person is out here. Okay, so that's our expression. Tao po. Okay? And let's say the person recognized you. So he or she opens the door. Your expression now, if you want that person to come in, is tuloy ka or pasok ka. Okay? Tuloy ka or pasok ka. You come in, tuloy means enter. You come in or you enter, pasok ka, pasok is also enter. So you say you enter. Okay, pasok ka or tuloy ka. So you have two options to use. It's you. Okay? In Filipino, we say that ikaw pala. Or oftentimes, we accompany it with the word, oh, ikaw pala. Oh, it's you. Like that. Okay? Ayaw or ayoko. Doesn't, don't want, like. Aliyah, you're allergic to bibingka. And I'm telling you, Aliyah, gusto mo ba ng bibingka? Aliyah, gusto mo ba ng bibingka?
Oh.
You say? Gusto? No, this one. Gusto mo ba ng bibingka? And then you're allergic to bibingka. What will be your response? Ayoko. Okay? Or ayaw ko or ayoko. Either is acceptable. Okay? But of course, for you to be polite, because that's an offer, you can use po with it. Ayoko po. Okay? But if Aliyah loves bibingka so much, of course, she couldn't resist the offer, right? So Aliyah's response would be, gusto ko po. Okay, or gusto ko. Okay? Or you could actually answer gusto only, because if the question is, Aliyah, gusto mo ba ng bibingka? Gusto. Okay? It will do. Okay? Okay, affirmation is sige. Example, Braxton will tell her friend that she has to leave already. I have to go because I still have a class at 1 p.m. And then the friend's response would be, sige, or okay, sige. Okay? And then, no, it's okay. Wag na, ayos lang. Okay? Example, Dawson is offered a cup of coffee and then his friend offers sugar and milk in addition to the cup of coffee. So Dawson's answer, if he doesn't want to add sugar or milk to the coffee, what will be your answer, Dawson?
Wag na.
Okay, wag na, ayos lang. Or wag na, okay lang. Okay? The use of okay is also acceptable in Filipino. Okay lang. You know it's okay. Okay, let's try these dialogues. I want you to, don't worry, the dialogues are here. They're provided. All you have to do is just to act out as if you were simulating the actual scenario. Okay, subukan natin ang mga ito. Okay, obviously this one is a gent and a lady. So Dawson, automatically, you're part of the dialogue. Who wants to partner with Dawson? What would like to try? The role of Tina. Okay, go Carissa. Let's have Carissa. Okay, Dawson and Carissa, can you please stand up? Okay. Mario, Dawson, that will be you. Tinda, Carissa, it's you. Okay?
Tao po,
Sino yan?
si Mario ito.
Mario, ikaw pala. Tuloy ka.
Kumusta ka, Tina?
Mabuti naman. Maupo ka.
Okay. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. So tao po, okay, imagine Dawson is knocking on the door and then Tina's asking, who is that? Okay, you know in the Philippines, doors do not have like, what do you call that one? In your apartments or rooms wherein you can, yeah, that's it, that's up there. Okay, and then si Mario ito, so Mario introduces himself. And then Tina says, Mario, ikaw pala, tuloy ka, come in. And then it's really like, here in the American culture, when you would like to check on someone, you ask how he or she's doing, right? The same is true in the Philippines. So we ask, kumusta ka, Tina? Okay, so we really check on people. Mabuti naman. And then you offer the person easy. In the Philippine culture, usually, we do not sit down, we do not eat unless we're offered. Okay, for example, even if the food is already there, even if the host already told everyone, grab your plate and then eat now, or pwede na kayong kumain, you can eat now. As long as there's no personal offer coming from the host, like if I were the host and I would really go to Michelle, kumuha ka ng pinggan, kain na. If that's like more of a personal offer, then that's the signal that he or she can go to the table. So that's part of the culture. Okay? Next one. Eva, did you raise your hand a while ago? Okay, who wants to try this one? I need two ladies. Okay, Piper and who's the other one? Who wants to partner with Piper? Okay, go Aliyah. Okay, you don't have to stand for this one. Okay, Piper, you take Mimi. Aliyah, take Lemlem. Mag-abala.
Sige na. Sige, mama. Ito, gatas, asukal, tulanga, nika, kinapay, tot na lang salamat.
Okay, very good. So, Piper starts with an offer. Gusto mo ba ng kape? So imagine like Aliyah's done already with all the knocking in the tao po and then she's already inside the house. And then she's being offered by Piper, gusto mo ba ng kape? Huwag ka na mag-abala. Now, if you notice, it's also very common among Filipinos to refuse an offer the first time it's offered. Okay, don't be surprised. And don't take it literally. Like if a Filipino refuses an offer the first time, you would immediately decide not to offer it again. Okay, because that's not how Filipinos actually intend to mean in a conversation. For example, if Eva would offer me like a plate of, let's say, burger and fries, and then Eva, Kuya Michael, gusto mo ba ng burger at fries? And I would say, wag na, okay lang. It doesn't mean that I really don't like it. Deep in my heart, there's a portion of myself telling me, I like that. I want to. Okay, that's part of Filipino culture because Filipino culture we have this. The term is delicadeza. I think this one is Spanish. Yeah. Yeah. So we have delicadeza, which means sometimes you are shy in accepting offer. Okay. But you're also afraid to refuse offer. Okay. That's why there's a statement there, wag ka na mag-abala. So, in Filipino culture, you have to insist. Sige na. Okay. But insist once or twice only, not thrice or more, because it will be more of like, it's annoying. Okay, sige na. Nelalan says, sige, salamat. Okay, the term in English, in Filipino is this one. Pakipot. Okay, pakipot means, do you like this one? I don't like it. Are you sure? You don't like this one? Okay, I like it. It's like that. Okay, that's pakipot in Filipino. Okay, we have that culture. We have like that characteristic. And then here, heto, gatas, asukal. What about milk or sugar? Salamat. I think I've not included this one, tinapay. Tinapay means bread. Okay, even if it's already a sandwich or the bread that is not yet a sandwich, we call it tinapay or any bread. Okay, wag na lang, salamat. Okay, so this one is another offer, but it's also okay to refuse if you really don't like, but refuse politely. Okay, that's how we do it in Filipino culture. Okay, so if we are to wrap up some of the expressions used there, we have gusto mo ba ng, okay, and then you put the noun there. Okay, you want or you like, do you want or do you like blank? So what's the noun there? Okay. Gusto mo ba ng saging? Saging is banana. Do you want banana? Okay. So your response would be oo or opo, gusto ko. Or you can complete the sentence by saying gusto ko ng saging as your response. Ayaw mo ba ng saging? Don't you want or don't you like banana? Ayoko ng saging. I don't like banana. Okay? Eva, gusto mo ba ng saging? And then Eva answers, wag na, salamat. No, thank you. Or ayos lang, salamat. It's okay, thank you. Or another way of saying it's okay or thank you is wag ka nang mag-abala. Or please don't bother. Okay? And then okay or sure is sige. Example, it asks Braxton. Braxton, pupunta ka ba sa meeting mamayang gabi? Oo. Or Braxton could answer, sige, or okay, I'll go, like that. And then sige na is when you would like to insist. Sige na, please, or I insist. But of course, you have to deliver this in like, what's the proper term for this one? Like in an endearing manner. Okay? Don't use exclamatory point when you deliver sige na. It's like a very offensive, forceful insisting that he or she should take what you are offering. Okay? Sige na, like that. In Filipino, we call it lambing. Yeah, you have to be malambing. You have to be sweet. You have to be soft. Okay? Gentle, I think, is a proper term for that one. Okay, mga katanungan. Hindi po, wala po. Wala po, hindi po. I'm confusing you. Okay, wala po. Okay, no questions. Okay? So far, so good?